Banks, you're at the top of everyone's list when it comes to translations. You hear any words?
Is that...
Yes.
Am I the only one having trouble saying aliens?
So what do they look like? You'll see soon enough.
They need to see me.
Dr. Banks?
Now that's a proper introduction.
How are you?
Good.
I saw this movie last night, and I'm still affected. I don't know what it is about this movie that typically you leave a movie and you go home, that was great, whatever. But this movie really makes you think about deeper thoughts about the world. Well, made me think anyways. And I was wondering, like, because there's so much language involved and the world was affected by this one, no spoiler alerts, by this one thing that happened, do you feel things would have been easier if everyone spoke one language?
Would it be easy? I don't know. Would it be easier? Probably not. Because we're dealing with a linguist that can speak all these languages if we really want. It's not about, I don't know if it's about language that ultimately, languages is identifies kind of like where people are, like what we all think and feel is something that is what unites us, right? Language can separate us, but it's only a different. It's like a fruit, right?
Yeah.
It's like, okay, you got a banana and I got an apple. Oh, you got an orange over there and there's a kiwi. They're all fruit, right? They're all language, whatever. They're just a little bit different way to do it, but it's all the same thing.
Yeah.
People in Russia, well, there's a couple having an argument, and they're, it's the same. They all have the same emotion. That's what's in common. It's just the words that pop out of our mouth, and it's just words.
Yeah. And still, even with, if we speak the same language, miscommunication
that
can happen
too.
so much more.
Exactly.
No matter what language you're speaking.
Exactly.
So, and it felt like that was a really big part of the film, was also the miscommunication that can
Yeah,
happen.
and when you go upstream, really, your takeaways, my takeaway is just it goes a little bit more upstream from it, and just sort of like what unites us and what divides us all as humans. And you can go downstream. It could be religion, it could be language, it could be men and women, it could be gender.
Yeah.
A lot of things that sort of like kind of divide us all as humans. But we're all humans. We all have what in common? Well, yeah, we all have heartbeats. We'll have this. We can talk about the physical part, but we also have emotional content. We also have emotions, and then everything else outside of that.
Yeah.
Is just.
Yeah, you kind of have to catch it all in the same.
Yeah, they're just things that divide us.
Everything you're doing there, I have to explain to a room full of men whose first and last question is, how can this be used against us?
Kangaroo.
What is that?
In 1770, Captain James Cook's ship ran aground off the coast of Australia, and he led a party into the country, and they met the Aboriginal people. One of the sailors pointed at the animals that hop around and put their babies in their pouch, and he asked what they were, and the Aborigines said, kangaroo. It wasn't until later that they learned that kangaroo means, I don't understand.
I can sell that for now.
Yeah.
And remember what happened to the Aborigines? A more advanced race nearly wiped them out.
It's a good story.
Thanks. It's not true. But it proves my point.
What do we have in common? And it brings up those sort of ideas.
Yeah. And with this movie, I read that as soon as you found out Amy was on board, you dove right in. Now, what is it about working with Amy? Like, she plays such a strong role. This female role is so powerful. Obviously, in the screen you can see, but what is it about working with her that you were just like, yes? Yeah,
it's she's. I've known Amy for a long while, and I wanted to support her because I thought the script was amazing and it's a great role for her. The role for me, I didn't really care anything much about, to be honest with you. But I did care enough for me to kind of want to go work with these amazing people and support Amy in this. And I'm so glad that I did, really glad that I did, because I learned a lot and I grew a lot. And I'm happy about the outcome, the output of what we've all tried to achieve here.
What exactly was the biggest thing that you did learn? Because I learned a lot just from those 2 hours of the language and the math
Well,
even
you know,
going together. That's
yeah, it's
like,
not. It's to me, that's a personal thing. As I say, like, I learned to trust in doing something that I normally wouldn't do, and just going to do this movie. It's not something I would go do, but I believed in something and did it for someone I care about, and for also a bigger idea that I cared about. It's about a strong woman, and the story, and the content of the story is so intimate, and this is about parenting, and it's about a lot of things. But
Yeah.
I did it not because it's usually the number one check to box, like, okay, I gotta do this. It's the character.
yes.
Within what story, the director and everybody else, right? But this one is the last thing I thought about was my sort of input into the movie. It was, so what I learned was that I trusted that and I got a lot out of it by not making anything about me at all. I mean nothing.
Oh, nice things can happen when you do that.
And it's great because I got to have another great experience with Amy again, and work with, I think, one of the best directors out there.
Yeah.
And it's a great, beautiful experience.
You guys make a great team.
Yeah, I love her to death.
Thank you so much.
That's what I love when I read the script. There's two ordinary women who find themselves in a circumstance that require them to be extraordinary, and that they do it.